What's going on, guys? Effectso6 here, and I'm bringing you another one of my breakdown / analysis for Call of Duty Ghost. And this time I'm going to be covering the weapons and equipment in depth, but briefly I want to touch on a couple things such as the customization within Call of Duty Ghost. They're introducing the new feature. It's not new to anything, but it's new to Call of Duty certainly, where you can choose your gender all the way down to your headgear, uniform, etc. The whole nine. So that's pretty cool that they're introducing that. And it's going to be fun to play around with and definitely keep the game fun and fresh. So next I want to talk about is how the Create a Soldier works. Essentially there's no more Create a Class, it's Create a Soldier, where you have up to 10 soldiers. I assume you unlock a soldier as you progress in ranking, not quite sure, don't hold me to that. But each soldier has 6 classes, and those 6 classes are allowed to customize, just like normal. But you have up to 10 soldiers, so that's essentially 60 classes, and that's a lot to the game, and that's certainly enough to sort any person's playstyle. But that should be fun to play around, and they're only doing that to for the new squad mode that they're trying to incorporate, where it's cooperative play and single player. So it should be pretty fun. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but we'll see. Next I want to talk about the new player mechanics. You have this new feature called Contextual Leaning, and it's where you go up to a wall and you can aim around it. Now, I'm reminded of Gears of War when you can aim around a corner. The only problem was you'd get stuck on the wall. But I like what Infinity Ward did, and they made it where it's much more simpler, and it's kind of ingenious the way they incorporated it, where the game knows which side of the wall you're on, and by hitting LT, it can, transition your character around the cover. So that's pretty cool. Definitely going to be fun to play around with. So the next one I want to talk about is Mantling. That's mantle over objects. You can shoot as well. It's much more fluid and smoother. It's gonna make the game fast-paced. It's pretty cool. The new one is knee sliding. It's replacing the dolphin diving essentially, where you can transition into another area by knee sliding and using your player's momentum from running. So that's gonna be great that they're adding all these new features. It's gonna make a good player even better if they know how to use them. And I mean, it's going to make it where you can evade situations, you can approach them differently, you can have so many options to, make, to throw off your enemy's target. So you can, jump shot, drop shot, mantle, you can knee slide, you can, you can dodge bullets like new. I mean, it's just amazing what they're doing. And I'm really excited to see how it plays out, and can't wait to play it myself. And next is I'm going to talk about some new game modes. You got Search and Rescue and Cranked and Blitz. Now briefly, Search and Rescue, like Search and Destroy with kill confirm kinda. When you kill an enemy, this time they drop a tag. If you don't pick up the tag, the other team has a chance to pick up the tag and revive their teammate. And so you have to confirm the kills now. So that's a new feature that they're adding. Should be pretty cool. And then Cranked, it's a new TDM form. When you get a kill, you have 30 seconds to get another kill, and you're cranked during these 30 seconds. So you're moving faster, reloading faster. You're pumped up, and if you don't get a kill within the allotted 30 seconds, you explode and die, and you respawn and restart. So that should be fun to play around with. New one, Blitz, they just released today, talking about what it is, and it's essentially objective-based game type. It's kind of like Capture the Flag. I look at it as soccer, where you have 2 objectives that both teams try to touch, essentially. In soccer, you have 2 goals and a ball. Game is to get the ball into the person's goal. Now in Call of Duty Blitz, it's the player is the ball, and that player is trying to touch the other enemy's goal. And once they do, and if they do, they're transported back to spawn. So that's what is going to be pretty cool. So once you score, you're immediately transported back to your starting spawn, and then whoever has the most score wins. So that's going to be cool. And the fact that they're adding these multiple game modes, going to keep the game fresh, fun. Customization is going to keep it, I think the cycle is it's going to be longer than usual this time. Instead of, dying down after a few months or so, it's going to die out probably, who knows, a little bit longer, I think. And then another thing, I'm almost done. Today they announced dedicated servers, which is certainly not surprising since Microsoft controls that, really. So Xbox One users are going to have dedicated servers. And Xbox 360, I don't think they will, but so that's gonna be great. Hopefully connections are not shit, and we'll see from there. And now we're gonna get into it. that we all been waiting for. Well, hopefully you've been waiting for, which is my weapon breakdown. Try to keep this brief. This is probably going to be a 15-20 minute video. Hopefully it's not, but let's go. You have the assault rifles. You can see them on screen. I've blown them up, and hopefully you can see them good. And briefly, you know, they're doing a squad point thing. It's kind of like COD points from Black Ops 1, where you pay a certain thing to unlock it. So you can see on screen some worth 5, 8, whatever. You have 50 squad points. You know, you buy what you want. That's great. Glad they're doing that, and that's for everything. So the first weapon that I'm gonna talk about is the SA-805. And now I'm no FPS rusher, so you know I'm not the best with this. I'm just doing a little bit of research, you know, trying to present it to you. So hopefully it's informative. Now the SA, to me, it looks like the Scar. It's, you know, reskinned, renamed. So that's what it looks like it's gonna play out as. The next weapon is the Honey Badger. Now that's the M4, reskinned and renamed Honey Badger, but this time it's kind of upgrade. It's a built-in silencer. That's what it has in it. So that's pretty cool. That way you don't have to add that attachment. You can add something else. So that's new and that's unique. So that should be fun to play out. I'm going left to right, by the way. So now we're gonna go to the SC 2010, and this is what the people at the reveal were allowed to use. Those two weapons, Honey Badger and SC. Excuse me. The SC, you know, they were saying that it plays out as an ACR, which at first I was like, yeah, okay, I can see that. I did some research and said, no, it's not the ACR, because that's the Remington, and I'll tell you why. So the SC, maybe it's something new. I don't know. Then you got the AK, normal AK. And then the next one, MSBS, sorry. Now that's looks like the TAR, but it's not actually. It resembles the FAMAS. It's a Polish-based weapon, and currently it's underdeveloped, so it's not even in use. So it's only in use in the game, and it's a 3-round burst weapon, so it's similar to the FAMAS or the M16. So that's what they're bringing back. And then back to the Remington R5, or the R5 RGP. That is in the ACR family. And that's essentially an upgrade of the ACR with the M4 look, based on my research only. So it's in the ACR carbine family. So to me, that's the ACR. So now we're doing the next one, ARX. Don't know too much about it. All I know is that it's an Italian-based weapon. And then they're bringing back the FAD. So that's what they're doing in the assault rifle class. We're going to move on to the SMGs. Now on screen, you're gonna see that excuse me, bear with me. On screen, okay, you'll see what they were allowed to see at the multiplayer reveal. You'll see the locked items. Now I show you what's behind those locked items next to it, and also I have gameplay down at the bottom. Hopefully that doesn't distract you. It's just some domination gameplay. I went 55-5. Anyways, that's not the point. That's just if you get bored. Okay, the submachine guns, you can see them. We're gonna go left to right. At the top left, you have the SBJ MS, and to me it resembles the MSMC with the MP7 kind of stock there. So I know that's all I pretty much got on that. It's a PDW, which is a personal defense weapon, so it's not, you know, PDW from Black Ops 2, and it's Sweden based. So that's what I got. The next one, the MTAR X. Now people are shocked that they're seeing the MTAR in the submachine gun class, which I was too, don't get me wrong, but then I did some research on what it is, and it's based off the MTAR 95, which is a conversion kit. Well, that's what you get after you convert an MTAR 21 with a simple conversion kit into a submachine gun, 9mm, and it's allowed to have 20, 25, and 32 magazine size. So that's how it's in the submachine class, and that's pretty cool that I came across that. The next one is the Bison. I think that's how it's pronounced. Not sure, but it resembles the PP90 from MW3. And I did some research. It's a Russian-based weapon. It came out during the same time, the PP90 in the 90s. It's also a select fire. You have 1 burst, 3 bursts, and it's automatic as well. So it's kind of like a Chickum. I'm not sure if it's going to be incorporated like that, but that's that. Moving on. we have the Vepr, and this is a AK-74U upgraded, and it's the Vepr and the MTAR are both between assault rifles and SMGs. That's what they're both converted from assault to SMG. So the Vepr AK-74 upgraded, it's a Ukrainian weapon and it's 30 rounds. And that's what I got on that. The next one, we have the Vector. Now they're bringing back the Vector. People from the reveal were saying that the Vector was much more powerful than they expected, and much more powerful from what they could tell based on what they could use from past Call of Duties. So that should be fun. I've always liked the Vector because not many people used it, so I wanted to challenge myself. That's the only reason why I used it. So I'm glad to hear that they kind of upgraded it. So that should be fun. The last weapon, excuse me, throat was dry, sorry. We have the K7. Now this is a South Korean weapon, and it has a built-in suppressor much like the Honey Badger in it, and it's a single shot 3-round burst, and it's fully automatic like the Bison, and it's 30 rounds. So that's gonna be pretty cool that they're having an SMG and an assault rifle with the built-in submachine, with the built-in silencer. That way it allows you to add other attachments, and that's never been done before, so that's something unique, and it should be pretty fun to play around with. Now we're gonna move on. These are images to confirm what we know, and give a shout out to Charlie Intel. They helped out with this. The other ones I gathered myself. So the LMGs that we know is the M27 IAR, the LSAT, and the chainsaw. Some of the images are blurry. I apologize for that. These are just, you know, a confirmed list. Now I didn't really do too much research on the LMGs. I did the majority of it on the submachine guns and the ARs because that's what I feel most people care about. Excuse me. So we're gonna move on to the Marksman Rifles. Now everyone's, you know, tripping out, and they're all happy. Oh, they're adding this new weapon type like it's never been done before. I mean, I kind of find it funny because we've already seen it. It's nothing new. They just named it a category now. It's the FAL, it's the SMR, it's the M14. Those are the Marksman Rifles, and here they are. They just got a scope on them, and they're renamed, reskinned. You got the MK14, the MR28, and the IA2. So that's what the Marksman Rifle is. Nothing new, just, you know, just a selling point. But we'll move on. Nonetheless, you have the Sniper Rifles. Now, the Sniper Rifles and the shotguns, I'm going to show gameplays from, you know, it's been scattered across YouTube, so I take no credit for it because I wasn't at the event, couldn't do it, so I used them, and I'm going to analyze it later on in the video, showing, you know, and give my thoughts on it. So the snipers they're bringing back that we know so far is the L115. They're bringing back the SVU. God, I don't know why. Shotguns, I mean, the sniper's retarded. And the USR. So those are the three that we know so far. SVU is a bitch because you can just spray it. I don't know. Hate that fucking sniper. Next one is the shotguns. We have two shotguns. MTS and the Maul. Now I have gameplay of the MTS, not the Maul, because that was locked at the event. And I'm here to confirm that there's a Riot Shield. We've seen it in multiple gameplays. There it is on screen. Now we're going to cover the handguns. They're bringing back only 4. Hopefully they're not OP like in Black Ops 2. Hopefully they're reasonable, you know, 4, 5, 6 shot kills, what your sidearm should be. Magnum, you got the P226, the M9, and the MP44-3. I have no clue what any of those weapons are, well, except for the Magma N9, and yeah, but there it is. There's the list. Now I'm gonna get on to the launchers. We have 3 launchers. You got the MK32, looks like the War Machine from Black Ops 2. That should be fun if hopefully it's not OP and people are not spamming it. But that's that. And then you got a cassette, I believe that is. I'm not sure what it is. To me, it looks like a thumper from MW2. Hopefully they balance these launchers where it's not like it was in MW2, which was a bitch. Noob tubing from Spawn and Search and Destroy, that was something. And then the last one is the Panzer Faust. Probably butchering these names and you're probably laughing, but those are it. That's what I got. And now what people have been waiting for, I want to cover the lethal and the tactical. Not many people have really talked about it. I know a lot of people are breaking them down, SMGs, ARs, etc. I'm trying to do it all in one video for your convenience and viewing pleasure. So the lethal, here's what we got. We got a frag, okay, a Simtex, nothing new. A throwing knife they're bringing back, not a surprise. And then an IED, that's a new thing to us, but it's really not. It's a bouncing Betty from Black Ops 2. You throw it, when an enemy walks by, it'll go off and it'll pop up and they'll die. So that's what that is. And then you got the C4 in the reveal trailer. C4 looked really OP. I mean, the blast radius, the power that it had. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I love the C4. So you got that, and then you got the new one, a canister bomb. Now this is it's a new explosive. It's a car bomb. It's more powerful. It takes a little bit longer to charge up and throw, so that's the downside to its magnitude of how powerful it is. So those are the lethals. I'm gonna move on to the tacticals, and I have to say that there are no no tactical insertions at all in this game, which I am glad to have found, glad to announce, and hopefully everyone's glad about that. Trying to reduce the boosting, hopefully, thank God they took it out of the game, because all we have is, I'm gonna go ahead, we have the 9 bang. Now to me, I thought this was just a flash grenade, but then I looked at it and I read the description, and if you charge it for a long enough time, it'll act as an EMP. I'm kind of glad they did that. I don't mind it. I hated the EMPs in Black Ops 2, but now that they made it where you charge it and you can throw it, that's fair to me. So they can do that. Well, they can do whatever they want, but it's fair to me. Next we have concussion, normal, smoke grenade. They're bringing back the trophy system. We got the motion sensor like in Black Ops 1. They're bringing that. And then the new thing is the thermobaric grenade. It's kind of like the Nova gas in Black Ops 1. It's a chemical reaction, and that's what it is. And you can see the list. You can see all the locks that you got. I'm showing you what's underneath those locks. And this is the set list. There is no tactical insertion whatsoever. So I'm glad to report that, and hopefully you're glad to hear that. That will solve a lot of problems, hopefully, with the whole boosting and shit like that. So, alright, let me see where we're on time. Okay, we're running about 18 minutes. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the video here. So this is gonna be my weapon breakdown and my equipment breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see my comments on the shotgun and the sniper gameplay, I'll probably make another video. But I appreciate you watching. I want to mention I appreciate all the support I got in my last few videos. I didn't expect that much support, so I'm glad to see people are watching and enjoying it. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you were informed some way. And I appreciate you watching. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Give it a like if you liked it. I really appreciate it. And have a good day. Take it easy.